In the shadow-draped valleys of life, where the winds whisper doubts and the paths ahead blur into an impenetrable mist, have you ever felt the chilling touch of despair? That moment when the very air seems to thicken, pressing down upon your spirit, threatening to extinguish the flame within. It's a silence so profound, it screams. But what if this seemingly endless night is not the end, but merely a crucible, forging a strength you never knew you possessed? Join us as we journey through the harrowing landscapes of the spirit, exploring how one finds their way through the deepest gloom. Our journey begins not with a grand struggle, but with a quiet surrender to the encroaching gloom. Imagine Elara, a soul once vibrant, now navigating a labyrinth of personal torment. Each turn brought new shadows, each step deeper into a desolate realm where the very light seemed to be consumed. The whispers of inadequacy echoed through the barren trees, and the weight of unseen chains grew heavier with every breath. She found herself in a landscape that mirrored her inner turmoil. Ancient, decaying structures choked by thorny vines, perpetually overcast skies, and an unsettling stillness that preceded a storm. It was a place where hope felt like a forgotten language, and the sheer effort of existence became a monumental task. The air was thick with the dust of broken dreams, and every distant sound seemed to amplify her isolation, binding her tighter to the crushing weight of her circumstances. Yet even in the deepest despair, the spirit finds its own subtle defiance. Amidst the suffocating quiet, a tiny flicker stirred within Elara. Not a roaring inferno, not a blinding burst of light, but a faint, almost imperceptible hum. The quiet resilience of a single ember fighting against a gale. It was the memory of a distant sunrise, a forgotten strength, a knowing that this darkness, however vast, was not eternal. This whisper was her truth, a defiant refusal to be entirely consumed. It was the first, tremulous breath of hope in a world designed to crush it, a quiet tremor of possibility that resonated deep within her soul. It reminded her that even when all seems lost, the capacity for renewal lies dormant, waiting for the gentlest touch of recognition. With this newfound flicker, Elara began her ascent, a journey not up a physical mountain, but through the treacherous terrain of her own doubts. Each step was a battle against unseen forces, the insidious voices that urged her to return to the comfort of inertia, the mirage of easier paths that led nowhere. The landscape remained hostile, grotesque, thorny thickets clawed at her resolve, and the ground shifted beneath her feet as if actively trying to impede her progress. But she moved, slowly, deliberately, a silent warrior in a desolate land, driven by the whisper of that nascent hope. Her progress was not swift, but it was relentless, a testament to the quiet power of choosing to put one foot in front of the other, even when the destination is obscured and the path is punishing. As Elara pressed on, the true battle began not externally, but within. The shadows of her past, the fears of her future, took monstrous forms in the desolate realm. Looming figures of self-doubt whispered corrosive lies, while specters of regret tried to pull her back into the mire. She faced these manifestations of her own mind in ancient, crumbling ruins, where the air was thick with forgotten sorrow. It was a terrifying confrontation, a reckoning with the parts of herself she had long avoided, a dance with her own internal demons that threatened to engulf her completely. Yet with each confrontation, she learned to see them not as insurmountable foes, but as distorted reflections of her own anxieties. their power diminishing as she stared them down with unwavering calm. Each breath became an anchor, each step a declaration of sovereignty over her own inner world. Weary but resolute, Elara sought refuge in a place untouched by the common despair, a forgotten, hallowed grove, where ancient, gnarled trees formed a natural sanctuary. Here, in the sacred silence, she allowed the world to fall away. She listened not to external voices, but to the deep, resonant truth within her. It was in this profound stillness that the true nature of her strength revealed itself, not as a sudden burst of power, but as an unbreakable, quiet core of resilience forged in the fires of adversity. The darkness had not extinguished her. It had tempered her, making her spirit unyielding. This stillness was not empty. It was filled with the profound wisdom of enduring, a silent testament to the inner peace found beyond the roar of chaos. It was here, in the heart of the gloom, that she found her sanctuary, and in doing so, found herself. With this profound understanding, Elara emerged from the grove, not unscathed, but transformed. The desolate landscape had not changed, but her perception of it had. The thorny thickets were still there, but now she saw paths through them. The looming shadows still cast their long forms, but she recognized their ephemeral nature. Her steps were no longer hesitant. They were deliberate, powerful, each one a testament to the strength she had cultivated. She was not running from the darkness. She was moving through it, a beacon of quiet determination, leading herself out of the oppressive valleys and towards a horizon, still distant, but now undeniably bright with the promise of a dawn she herself had earned. She carried the calm of the grove within her, a shield against the chaos, a quiet resolve that would guide her through any future storm. Our journey with Elara reminds us that the path through tough times is often a solitary, internal one, fraught with unseen battles and treacherous landscapes of the mind. Yet, within each of us lies an enduring flame of resilience, capable of transforming even the deepest gloom into a crucible for profound strength. It is in confronting our shadows, embracing the quiet moments of introspection, and taking those deliberate, defiant steps forward that we unearth the true depth of our spirit. Remember, the storm does not last forever. You are stronger than you know. Your current struggles are not your destination, but a challenging passage. Hold on to that flicker, that quiet defiance. For even in the bleakest, evil fantasy world, the spirit of resilience can forge its own path to light. Believe in the dawn you are creating, one deliberate step at a time. Embrace the calm within the storm, and know that your inner strength is an unbreakable force, capable of guiding you through any darkness.